Hello everyone, thank you for checking out this video. In it we are going to take a look at some pretty nice new features in CompuTec AppEngine 3.0, which are some additional tools to help you manage background processing for SAP Business One and CompuTec solutions. So for those of you who are new to CompuTec AppEngine, what's this background processing all about? Well, it allows you to set up tasks that will be run in the background for SAP Business One and CompuTec solutions. There's a huge scope about what kind of jobs those might be, but for example, it could be some kind of auto-saving of data, some kind of data synchronization task, transfer of parameters, a status update. There are really a lot of possibilities. And you can set up those jobs to be run manually by the user, which in some cases is useful, but you can also set up triggers that will start the job automatically. That trigger could be time-based, like if you want a form to be auto-saved every few minutes while the user is working on it. Or it could be event-based, so the job would be triggered when something specific happens in SAP Business One or in a CompuTec solution. And an event-based trigger can be based on any CompuTec AppEngine plugin. So to start, you go to the CompuTec AppEngine administration panel and choose background processing on the menu on the left. Here we have a full list of our background jobs for all our installed plugins. Up at the top, there are some filters. They'll help you find the jobs you're interested in. You can change the displayed filters by clicking on the Adapt Filters button. For each job, you can see the job name, description, and the plugin that it's associated with here. You can see that most of these jobs at the top, they're for the CompuTec Process Force plugin. Further down, we've got some for Plant Maintenance 360, like this job here is triggered by meter readings. Let's look at this one here, Additional Batch Details Restorer. This one here creates missing additional batch details automatically at specific intervals. You can see that time is the trigger here, and the cron expression defines how frequently this job is run, every 2 hours. Currently, this job is not active, but we can enable it here. You have a list of SAP Business One companies down here under assignments, and you can enable it for each company separately using the toggle here and confirming by clicking on yes here. Now, we can also change the cron expression for each company here too. So let's say for one company, we want that job to run more often, and we would click on the cron expression here, and in this window that opens, we can change it to be run, for example, every 5 seconds, and then just OK. If we click on the company line, we can see the job history. So we see every time the job has been run for this company. We can see already that there's a new entry for the job after we updated the cron expression a moment ago. And if we just refresh it again, we will see that it has already been executed a few times in the meantime. You can also see if the job was executed successfully. If any error had occurred, you would be able to see that here too, and there would be a description of the error in the message column. You can also see job statistics here for this job. And if you want to see statistics for all jobs, there's a page for that too. Again, you can use the filters at the top if you want to narrow down which jobs are listed. And you will see here things like the last execution, total number of executions, and so on and so forth. And you can also see the full list of executions again by clicking on the job. So that was a time-based job. Let's take a look at an event-based job now. We're going to look at the Item Master Data Consolidator. Basically, this job is triggered when a new item master data is added or an existing one is updated, and it's related to performing updates on data elsewhere in the system as a result of those changes. At the top again, we have some general information. Over here, the content type is the object type that defines that this should be run when item master data is added or updated. I'm just going to enable this job here. And now if we just pop over to SAP Business One for a moment, add an item master data just very quickly, and then come back to the CompuTec AppEngine administration panel and refresh the job history, we can see that the job was successfully executed here. If you would like to know more about background processing using CompuTec AppEngine, I recommend referring to our documentation. You can find a link in the video description.